challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Gotta do round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. No good up high. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Neither fighter can rely on their driving anymore. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Low heavy for the win. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. That's some big hits him with a stopping block. Bach heats it up with a combo into super. Shippujinra hits. Good damage option there. Genobo. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Drive gauge is looking bad. What'll they do now? Blocks it. Knockdown and experiencing burnout. Oh no, they're stunned. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Gotta do better than that. The low. What'll happen here? Burnout activates. Attempts to break the stalemate, but how did they anticipate that jump in? Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. That drive impact is blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? What's the play here? Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Throws them to negate the block. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. What's their game plan? Get some. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Shoots off a fireball up close. Throws them. What's next? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Jump. Blocks the impact. Player bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Counting on the super. Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to see thread this cleanly? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump reversal. Whips with that huge attack. Excellent block. Experiencing burnout. Still scrapping for Genobo. Player one has sets up with the jump in. Low heavy, but no go. A jump in? Anticipated that throw. Send them to another dimension. What were they thinking? Jump! What? Anti-air. Excellent read. Oh, here we go. This is gonna hurt. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Knocks them out of the air. Player, wow, sat and waited for this opening. Who are they swinging at? Player one with the rhythm only connects with the throw. They are done. Player two is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Cross that off. Uses the target combo as a fill-in. Sticks the combo. That drive impact doesn't get through. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 is using their drive liberally. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Alright, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down, lands the back throw, time to go to work. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Closing moments of it in there! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump into, brushes that off and keeps going. Big counter. Goes fires off the Tenobo. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Going in. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. The low! Anticipated that throw! This is gonna hurt! Still scrapping for control of the space. Send them to another dimension! Oh, here we go, drops him hard! A fireball at that range? Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for Nationals. It's time to go all in. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Trips him up. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. Then down to the wire. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Oh, burnout on both sides? Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Checks them with a projectile. Blocks the low heavy. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. I think they decided to create some KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. Brushes that off and keeps going. Combo with the target combo. Shippo Jinrai doing the business. Player 1 can build off this lead. How will this impact things? Jumps? Oh, says no to the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Hits him with a stop and bop. That's a counter. Scrapping it out, experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits, Tenobo. Excellent block. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Crowns him from above. Fades out the low jumping. What now? Flatlines him. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Ooh, what a smart flow! Attempts to break, reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump. Looking clutch anti-air. Gets into perfect fireball. Here, wall splat into the card break. Okay. Yo, Rock Super here? What were they thinking? Connects with the throw. Player 2 needs to take advantage of the knockdown. Here comes the victim. Oh my god, they just choked it up. The lone blocked. Goes to the air. Ugh, take a seat. Immaculate counter. Player 1 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Reversal. They were right to be on guard there. They exchanged blows, experiencing burnout. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The impact gets blocked. Player 2 has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. The low doesn't connect. Okay, creating some space here. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Can they outlast it? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. All right, what's coming up next? Let's off a projectile to waste time. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Big counter. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they are. Experiencing burnout. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive burnout activates. They may need to spend some meter here in order to KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump in. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. Uses the parry to deal with that projectile. Escapes with the reversal. There's a change of side. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Hits him with a stopping block. Goes with the safe stuff. Shippo Jinrai doing the business. Their will to win is really being tested here. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Blocks low heavy, but no go. Excellent block. In with the cross. Pumps the brakes on the impact. The drive impact doesn't work. So little life left. Love tap to close it. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight! Go, Tiger!
The throw miss. The impact doesn't do any. Brushes that off and keeps going. Kenobo. Super. Oh, must impact squash. Player 1 is looking to connect with the throw. Presses for a reaction with the fireball. Crowns him from above. What? This is gonna hurt. And whip. They're wide open. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious drive impact misses. They've got it all. The throw connects. What now? The drive impact doesn't work. The low. Taking chunks out of each other. Trust that off. They were sitting on their meter for this super art. The super hit. It's gonna be enough to kill. Does not leave anything to chance with that super finish. Player 2 delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Barely blocks the jump in. They were right to be on guard there. Revolt ices him. Shoots off a fireball up close. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The jump in is denied. Trying to read each other here. Big counter. Checks him with the projectile. Blocks the low heavy. Was looking for that jump attack. Taking stock. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Next hit will end the round. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Grabs him. Life lead opens up. Impacts are no-go. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Dashes. Torbalan. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Looks like they want to re-establish their game time with fireball. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. A drive impact. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball here. Knockout and player one holding on to that point low heavy, but no go. Player experiencing burnout. A quick breathe. Oh, the throw connects. Ooh, there's the load block. What's next? A wheel burns the gauge to turn up the heat. Wraps it up with a throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Let's get it!
Dash! Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? This is gonna be bad news. Interdiction! Nothing's gonna save them now. Say goodbye to that light bar. Look at this. Nothing stops this train. Connects with the throw. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. There's a drive impact. Neither fighter is showing, ooh, what a smart throw. Both sides getting ready. Are we gonna see it? What a finish! Player two faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Crowns them from above. Blocks the impact. Hits them with a stop and bop. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Gets the counter hit throw. Taking stock. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Goes for the super art to drag KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Smart play with the throw. Checks them with the projectile. Player one can build off this lead. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Hits up the counter. Burnout activates. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Life blocks the low kick. Player two needs to use the drop though. This can lead to some big damage. Both sides getting ready. Turns out. A standstill. What now? Player two has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. They back down to refuses their drive gauge. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? Whoa, critical art now?
Meaningless efforts.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Closes it out.
Very good. Very good indeed. Fight round. Fight. Let's get it.
Ooh, what a smart throw. Who's going to keep reversal? Finds the target. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this rate. Low heavy. Player one, there's a burnout. Player one is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Dribbled. What now? A jump in? Nothing stops this train. Send them to another dimension. Okay, here we go. Player one may be able to pull a fast doesn't-second throw. Player two made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. A huge punish counter right in the opening seconds of this round. Parries to cancel the fireball. Saw the projectile easily. They'll want to be careful of positioning here while on the lookout for more projectiles. Hold your breath. The move whiffs and they get nailed with the punish counter. Player takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. The low doesn't connect. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. The jump-in is denied. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. One combo can end this round right now. Burnout activates. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Whiffs with that huge attack. Goes for the jump-in. Their spacing is so on point right now. To come from the brink like that, what a comeback. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Smart play with the throw. Zones with the fireball. Fantastic reactions there. Good judgment there. Feeling out the spacing. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Out of range. Relatively safe. Trying to read each other here? Player 1 has the life advantage. Time to sit on the lead. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Player fires off the Chernobyl. Brushes that off and keeps going. Goes for the throw. A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Solid anti-air. Sets up with the jump-in. What's next? Impact squash. Closing. Ooh, the drive is back in for a punish. Player that combo finishes it. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Denies the jump-in. Checks him with the projectile. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Who's going to break the silence first? Who's going to make a move? What's the play here? Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Both fighters are looking at near empty drive gauges. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. They break things off to take a quick breather. What are they thinking here? Fantastic reactions there. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. This stun might mean KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump-in. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 2 has the life lead. Brushes that off and keeps going. A quick breather. They were expecting that drive impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Throw leaves them wide open. Shoots off a fireball up close. Both fighters planning something? Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Not close enough for the throw. Side switch in the corner. Player, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Waddle Hack experiencing burnout. No question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. How did they read that throw? Long-range fireball to break the silence. Fires without warning. Both fighters are raring to go. Can this drive bring them back? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Throws them. Player 1 is in a pretty good... Drops that off. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 1 needs to wait this out. Doing some quick planning? We're at a standstill, but we make this and lead to some big damage. Amazing! Gets him with a Euro step. Drops him hard. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. They're in range. We gonna see a drive impact misses. Player 1, super art to show off what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Base it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. Sets up with the jump in. Oh, sees right through him. Oh, what's this? What a sick punish counter. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent hits them with a stopping block. 3-Vogue? Sticks the combo. What's going to follow the combo? The combo's there. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Knockdown. All that effort for so little payoff. Picture perfect punish counter. All right, what's coming up next? Hits up the perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Brushes that off and keeps going. Bops him with a target combo. Throws him to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive resets. Burnout activates. Then gets him with a Euro step. Throws him. Knockdown and jump drops them. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. And whiffs. They're wide open. What a finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Brushes off the impact. Oh, with the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Who's going to make a move? Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? I want to see how they manage their SA gauge here. Who's going to break the silence first? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Fireball from very long. What's next here? Was looking for that jump attack. Jumps in. Throws them to negate the block. Burnout act. Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Hits them with a stopping block. Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Okay, creating some space here. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Knockdown and... do they have enough drive gauge? Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who hits them with a stopping block. Uses the gauge for a super art. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Misses the grab. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Triple Jinrai hits. Good damage option there. Player 1 is in a very excellent block. Tries to act quickly but with the attack. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with Burnout. Anticipated that throw. Sets up with the jump in. Okay, here we go. Shakes things up with a fireball. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Shrugs that off. Low heavy. There pumps the brakes on the impact. Both sides get left the Chernobyl rip. What were they thinking? Punish counter sets the table. What's next? Drops them from the air. Players can get them with a quick low kick. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Connects with the throw. Utilizes the parry here to try and establish the pace. Throws him. What's next? Was well in range to score the throw. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Big counter. Takes a trip. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very low heavy for the win. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Throws him. What's next? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Player 1 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2 holding on to that, brushes that off and keeps going. 3-volt ices him. Smart play with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. And whip! They're wide open. Super clutch corner switch. All the throw connects. Hits them with a stopping block. Chernobyl. The next touch may decide this round. Excellent block. Shakes things up with a finds the target. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's got a huge chance after that wall. Flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Drive impact out of nowhere. Sets up with the jump in. Looks like they want to put a new clutch anti-air. Throws them. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Yes, sir, more damage. Send them to another dimension. What were they thinking? There's a drive impact. Nails the 3-ball. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Burns out. Player 1 is in burnout state. There's a burnout. Goes to the air. Both, how did they read that throw? Connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. Blocks the low kick. Cashes out the cage right there. Oh, hits the critical arc. They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while the damage plays out. I can't believe it. Low heavy out of nowhere. Player 1 is gonna be watching replays of this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, what a smart throw. Nice. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. A drive impact.
So it goes.
Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up. Next hit will end the round. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sticks the jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna hit them with a stopping block? 3-volt? This is gonna be bad news. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Smart play with the throw. Knew the throw was coming. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. That combo finishes it. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Impacts are no go. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Neither of them willing to back off. Checks them with the projectile. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Will they try to finish the round with a heats it up with a combo into super knockdown? Ah, burnout activates. It sneaks in the throw. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
It fires off the Chernobyl. The super doesn't hit. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Jumps in. Can't tech the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Big throws. Both fighters planning something? Perfect KO. They were in full control there. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Will we see our fighters feel each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? The combo's there. Still slugging it out here. No good up high. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Checks with the projectile. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impact, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Grabs them. All right, what's coming up next? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Life lead opens up. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Absorbs, lands a punish counter for the first hit. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Now, can they finish the job? Player 2 will look to apply good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Knockdown and player 2 is in a very good spot. Reversal. Life lead is there, but still and tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Switch sides, throws him. Amazing. Just go for it. Closing moments of, ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. Uses their drive gauge. What are you jumping in for? Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win. It's not over yet. Just believe it's time for that rundown. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. A drive impact. Player 2 has the life lead. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Sticks the jump in. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They trade. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. The opening on that impact. Will they take it? Player 1 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Okay, creating some space here. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Throws a fireball. The drive impact is denied. Hits him with a stop and block. Both fighters planning something? The low! Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Yo! Critical art now! Aims for the low's blocked! Any mistake here is gonna be what a finish! Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger.
A new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Show me everything you have. I'm number one. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? An aggressive attack. Backs them into the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trips them up. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Holds out with a block. What are they thinking here? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. So so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes a trip. Life lead opens up. Oh, talk about overextending. Not shy with the grab. Anything off the smash? Player 1, show up for KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Tries to set the tone with that charge attack. Jumps. Holds out with the block. Butt smash. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Oicho! Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Drive reversal. Experiencing burnout. Oicho throw. You can't let him close in like that. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 is dominating this match. Medium kick hits. This is gonna hurt. Feasting with the Russian suplex. Going in. A win, big time whip. Excellent block. Impact squashed. One pin throws them away. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The jump-in is denied. No good up high. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Definitely shuts out the jump-in. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Gets out of the corner. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Anything off the smash? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Jumps? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this back wide open. Looking for a chance. Doing some quick planning? Goes for the Oicho! Good instincts to spend resources while they have them to tack up. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Barely blocks the jump-in. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Throws them. A quick breather. A super art. Throw leaves them wide open. What are they gonna do? Delivers the pain right to them. The counterattack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest openings. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
The top player is here.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Still slugging it out here. Throws him down. Knockdown. Drive reversals blocked. Not a bad idea there, but the opponent was on top of that. The jumping is denied. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. Hits him with his free throw. Up tap to close it. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets him with the anti-air. Holds out with the block. Hits him with a stop and block. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Punish is there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. Breaks the block with a throw. They're going for the super art. Goes for the Sakai Fuhasan! Vintage Jury! Dashes up. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Knockdown and... experiencing burnout. Burns a bar to unleash the storm. Sakai Fuhasan! What'll happen here? Blocks the low kick. Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. The throw is denied. Jump. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Connects with the throw. Drops him hard. They just said, get that jumping out of here. They're in range. We gonna see a jumping. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 has a big drive gauge lead. The drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Gets the counter hit. Fires off an overdrive arrow. What now? Nothing stops this train. Both sides getting ready. Gotta do better than that. They're just gonna go for it with the super. What were they thinking? Excellent read. Free flow strikes. Throws them. Who's gonna take it? No hesitation or regret. Hits him with that NSFW. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. Are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps up. Jumps. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Can they outlast it? This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. I can't keep track of these corner switches. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Throws them to negate the block. Whiffs the throw. Brushes that off and keeps going. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Brings out an early super to pile on the pressure. Jumps. Doesn't miss a beat. Medium kick hits. Quick brief. Just goes for it at this range. Player 1 hits him with a stop and block. It's a good spot to use a super. turns a bar to unleash the storm. Impact squat goes to the air. Okay, the super doesn't hit. Player connects with the throw. Jumps and whiffs. They're wide open. Oh, they changed sides. Holy. Oh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Both sides getting ready. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Where do they get them with a quick low kick? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Opens with a jump in. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Smart play with the connects with the throw. Cross up attack. Cross that off. It's a good spot to use the super. Sakai Fuhasa. Can they make the most of this? They push their way out of the corner. Sets up with the jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Party time! Catches them in the Fuha Storm. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Pokes with a big fist. Time to bust this out. Throws. Okay, here we go. They can't get hit here. Put them on notice. Player 2 delivers the upset. That's one for the replay. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Impact squash. Unfazed by the switch and blocks. Switches it up. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Finds the time to squeeze in above. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Big counter. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Well-timed corner switch. Traps him with a break-in. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Player 1 drops them to half, closing the gap. Their drink level, they're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damp in there. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws them to negate the block. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 digs in deep to get that drive in. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge threat. Jump hits him with a stop and bomb. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters planning something? Breaks the block with a throw. Gets carried to the corner. All in with a rock. Are we gonna see a comeback here? What? The kick hits! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Hits him with a stop and block. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real jury's coming out to play. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Uses the gauge for a super arm.
Come on. It's time to
Getsuga Saiho hits. We're about to see a freestyle frenzy with no retakes. A jump? This is gonna hurt. Amazing. This is a bad situation. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh man, this is a scary range. What now? Jump. All the throws connects. A real test of Nook the low. Ugh, take a seat. The next touch may decide this round. A jump in? Gets him with a Euro step. I called it! Oh, come on, kid. Why would you use the super? It is over! Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
featured players win.
Comes a new challenger.
Ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Get into the ring.
An honor, to be sure. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? That overhead was a bit obvious. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Difficult situation for a throw. Taking stock. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Okay, big trade hits. Alright, goes for the super art. Life lead opens up. Scrapping it out, picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player 1 is off to a good start and wins the first round. They'll want to keep dictating the pace of this match. Did well to get the buff in there. What are both fighters plotting? Goes for the throw. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Takes a trip. Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize... Will this super art connect? Add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Knockdown. Player 1 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. A quick breather. KO! Player 2 is making this look so easy.
Round 3. Fight.
Immediate jump in. The next round is beginning. Charges forward. Spirits are lifted. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Taking stock. Super clutch corner. Steals back a chance. Player 2 can build off this lead. Counters with amnesia. Nice lead. Departure set. Jumps in. Big throws. Going in. Experiencing burnout. Risky up-close scrap still going. Springs forward with the drive rush. Drive rush! Big opportunity coming. Jumps! Burnout activates. Quick throw tech. Will this super art do anything? Barely blocks the draw super art incoming. What were they thinking? Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Player 1 is gonna be overhead denied. Who's gonna take it? What a finish! I smell a comeback in the works.
Very good. Very good indeed.
Round 4. Fight.
3-volt ices. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Anything off the smash? Big counter. You've gotta be mindful of experiencing burnout. Player Chernobyl. A super art goes for the level 1 super. Good old slaps. Amnesia. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. What'll happen here? Counters with Amnesia. Nice lead. Player 1, oh, they took the bait. Noticeable life lead as a comeback still drops them. KO. No hype man needed. This is the final round.
Final round. Fight!
Carries and eats it. Crowns them from above. They're laying into each other. Barely, this unleashes a big damage. Reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. The low. They're back into the corner now. This is gonna hurt. What now? What are they gonna do? Oh, the throw connects. The drive gauge is screaming, so turns out. Who are they swinging at? Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Gotta do this. Come on.
I'm number 1.
Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Starts with a jumper. Gets a chance with that jumping. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Adds a little super juke KO. Player 2 is off to a good start and wins the first round. They'll want to keep dictating the pace of this match.
Round 2. Fight!
Goes for the surprise rush in. Beginning of the round. What will our fighters do? Blocks the jump in.
Pay attention.
Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Neither of them willing to back off here. Holds out with the block.
How's this?
Somehow pushes back off. Yo, put that away. KO. Both fighters have claimed a round each. Who will get to match point first?
Round 3. Fight!
Burns the drive gauge. What are both fighters plotting? Denies the attack and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage, experiencing burnout. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Shippuden right hit. Good damage option there. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Right in there. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Reads the command grab. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Grabs and throws them away. A quick breather. Superb reactions on display. Good judgment there.
How's this?
Jump? Just goes for it at this range. That's not gonna hit. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Both fighters planning something, scrapping it out up close. They're going for the super art.
Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough?
What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. This match ain't over yet.
Send this.
Final round. Fight!
Who will come out on top in this final round? Blocks it. They were right to be on guard there. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of help. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Amazing! Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with Burnout. Knocked him out of the air. Crowned him from above. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Excellent read. What were they thinking? Connects with the throw. A real test of the Bulldogs. What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Comes a new challenger.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Let us begin. I'm number 1.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Puts one in the pocket. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Starts off zoning with fireballs. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 1 chases them down. Knockdown. Gets him. Player 1 may have taken the first round, but you can be sure that there will be adjustments on both sides.
Round 2. Fight!
Beginning of the round, what will our fighters do? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gun-shy. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. They just went for it with that super. This experiencing burnout. Even with both fighters in time to strike and show of force. What's the next move? Throw the low heavy connected? Player 1 is feeling it. Match point.
Round 3. Fight!
Anything off the smash? Who's going to start things off? Butt smash! Dashes forward. Blocks the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can experiencing burnout? Anti-air drops. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Drops them hard. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. KO! I smell a comeback in the works.
Send this.
Round 4. Fight!
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here, experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 drops them to half, closing the gap. Zones with the fireball. Both fighters planning something? Still scrapping for control of the space. What'll happen here? The low kick hits. Noticeable goes to the air. Charges up the plasma. Reversal. Totsugeki to the face. Closes it out. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Comes a new challenger.
Gotta do this. Come on.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight. Round one. Fight.
Hadouken! 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 Tatsumaki! Hadouken! 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 Tatsumaki Seppuku! Howdy! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Come on now. Give me a little bit more.
Round two. Fight.
In action! Easy! Hadouken! 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 In action! Easy! Hadouken! Tatsumaki! Hadouken! Coming in hot!
Enjoy the trip.
Judy wins! Round one. Fight.
Hadouken! 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 Tatsumaki! Hadouken! 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 That's right!
Round two. Fight.
Hadouken! 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 How's this?
Ken wins!